This is the thing. I want everybody to post consistently. I think the part that's lame is when somebody goes, I'm just going to mimic what I already see working. I think if you sit down and you go, what will work for me, that plays to my strength that I can do every day, then do that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's why I post videos of women's butt cheeks every day. You can follow me at Justin Hires, and you can see them butt cheeks all damn day. Y'all know me. Y'all see them cheeks.
Y'all know me.
Y'all. I almost didn't wear this shirt. I said I ain't wearing this damn shirt for Nate. Purple shirt on, but it was the only clean shirt I had. So I had no choice. I was. Thank you. I appreciate it.
A little lilac.
Yeah, I was like, it's an easy target if he wanted to call me a plum or some shit. But I had another shirt that had a stain on it, the one I wanted to wear. I was going to try to wear like a neutral, more masculine color.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Even the shirt got a stain on it.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Well, hey, man, welcome to another episode of Killin. It's your boy, BT Kingsley.
London Brown.
Justin Hires.
And, man, we pulled it off, bro. I didn't know if this one was going to happen. There's a lot of moving around, a lot of moving parts to make it happen. But my brother's here, man. There's so many things. Fresh off the Netflix special, on tour right now, about to enter internationally. By the time this airs, be looking back overseas again. Just got back from overseas. Movies that are happening, we will discuss. TV is happening. The paper's on right now. New clothing line out. So many things to talk about when we talk about this show. Which Killin' it is the momentum that you could gain. Either you have it, you had it, or you about to get it. My dog has it. He been had it, and he getting it. Nate Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Going on. Clapping him.
It looked different when he did it.
Yeah, man.
Now, I want to kick this off, man, because I always tell anybody, the first day I ever came to L.A., I went to Chocolate Sundays. Justin Mitchell took me to Chocolate Sundays.
Okay.
And you was on stage murdering, destroying. I don't know if it was first impressions. I don't know if it was a graduation spot. I don't know what it was. 2007. Destruction. He was like, I wasn't here yet. You was out here, right? 2007?
Yeah.
Destroying.
Yeah, I moved in the summer. I graduated in 2006 and came here 3 months later. So...
Hold on, wait a minute. Before you could get into this story,
yeah,
I told myself when I saw you destroying that night, I said, I have to get to that level of funny to make it. I said, if this is the competition in L.A., I got to get to that level of funny to even compete. And so me seeing you gave me that extra battery in my back and that motivation to like make sure I step my comedy game up to the next level, man. So,
dope, man.
Thank you. That's some real shit.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm listening.
I had that same epiphany, but mine was over at Mo Better Mondays because I was like, what up, Spike? Put me up. And he was like, go stand over there. And I went and stood on the side.
I got that same story, nigga. Same thing. Go stand on, that's all right.
And I was like, man, I know I'm going up next. And then the lights came up and I was like, Red Grant, Lou Nail, Cat Williams, Mark Curry. Yeah, it's going to be a minute. And everybody was destroying. And I was like, you know what? I had a Washington State hour. Here I have 9 minutes, and I gotta go straight to whatever I thought was closers. To the good thing is, when you first get on, it's like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and all that. So I never was exposed for more time than I had my little bangers or whatever. So I was able to come in strong. But the Chocolate Sundays thing is kind of an interesting story because they booked so far out that when I first booked it, they're like your graduation spot is. Let's say it was January, right? And I'm on the phone with Lonnie. She's like, your graduation spot is in May. And I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, 4 months. She was like, of next year. I was like, okay, I'll bring my new baby with me. And she's like, you have a baby? I was like, no, but by then I could have one. Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
So when May came of that year, I showed up. And I was like, it's my graduate spot. And she was like, oh, shit, I don't have you in the book, but I vaguely remember saying May. I remember she was like, you ready? And I was like, yeah. So she threw me up. And then I think maybe
That might have been the same
It
time.
might not have been May, but that's what you may have seen. But then the next year, the actual date came, and it just came like organically. And she called me and was like, "Motherfucker, I just found your real date on my calendar. You think you slick?"
Wow.
I was like, "I've already been passed for months."
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. Bitch. But that don't. She was like, "That'll never work for somebody else again."
That happened so many times. I remember it was all deaf digital at Jeru's show on Wednesday. And I don't know how this happens, but we walked into the room and you was on the show. I wasn't performing, I was just kicking it. And they had you going up first. And we all looked at the lineup. No disrespect to anybody on the line, I won't even mention it. But we was like, what don't they know? Like this show is gonna be fucked up. Like this show is gonna be fucked up. And we was all like, how do they not know what's about to happen? And boy, what I tell you, and you know how all deaf digital used to be. It used to be Russell's in the front, there's Lakers in there, all the baddies. This shit's crazy. And boy, this went on stage and stood these people up first.
Yeah, they said there was only 2 standing ovations in that room. One was Brett Riley, and then one was me. And so,
but he went up first though. So the whole
they had a little pre-show stuff they did. So first was really like fourth or whatever. But it was like, now the main show's starting, y'all ready to that, right? And so I just went in, and Russell was sitting Indian style in a chair on some yoga shit. And I was like, literally, and I'm like, nigga, my career's unfolding in front of you, and this bitch doing yoga. Nigga. I'm supposed to do jokes, and you got your toes wiggling. Nigga. My whole goddamn life is out on the line. I'm about to shoot a motherfucker. I'm about to rob a bitch. You in here flexible, nigga? Like, I just went nuts. And then I was talking about how he'd be cussing at everybody and all that shit. And I was like, man, thank you, good night. And then they were like, rah, and I was like, ooh, shit. And then Jeru was like, I forgot. I fucked that up. I fucked my show up.
The rest of that night was very weird.
You ever been to Russell Simmons' house? The one that was in the hills?
Yeah, just once, because it was, I think, there was something a while back, like he was like doing the ruckus or something. He asked for specific people to come. Mm-hmm. It was a little bit after that spot where he was like, you're my favorite. I was like, what? He was like, I've seen everybody, you're my favorite, kid. And so I went up to his house, and he's like, what all projects do you have? And I didn't have shit. I was making up shit. Like, I could be an airplane pilot, and I was just trying to have something, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a day where he took, I don't know, probably like 17 meetings with comics, because when I parked and went up, like Tony Hinchcliffe was coming out, and he was like, yeah, I guess that fucking went well. And then he ran and jumped in the car with some big ass red wrestling shoes on. And then I went in. And, yeah, like that. He was way ahead of his time. Like Russell was like, would you like some matcha? And I'm like, matcha? Wow. Yeah, I'll take some. And she takes like blended grass. And I was like, now that's popular. He was like, way ahead of his time. But yeah, that house was.
Yeah, I went.
You been up there a few times?
I went there once. It wasn't no few times. I ain't going around there too many times. Get caught up in no shit. But I went there one time for a meeting. But it was crazy because it was just me and him sitting by his pool. And I was thinking, I could rob this nigga right now, and I think I could get away with it but yeah, I didn't do it. So yeah,
in Florida.
That's the Florida in me. I know, right?
Other comics did.
Right.
Well, robbed him?
What?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it didn't go so hot for everybody else, so you wouldn't have got far.
No. But I mean, Russell Simmons, an icon. That's just a random nigga thought that kind of goes.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Yeah, you can't help it. Like,
you be around some nice shit, you be like, man, I can take all this shit.
So the first time I met Russell was, I can't remember what I was doing, but I met Spoken Reasons.
Yep.
And Spoken Reasons called me, and he was like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? And I was like, I had a flight. I was like, why, what's up? I wanted to know what it was before I said where I was going to be. And he was like, look, we're going to shoot this skit for All Def Digital. You remember All Def Digital, when they first started, it was just Spoken Reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they built around him. Like, and shout out to JB, because that's facts. And so he was like, we're going to shoot this sketch at Russell Simmons' office. And basically, I'm gonna be trying to give him my album, and he's not gonna be trying to hear me. And then you're gonna be security, you're gonna kick me out. And I was like, bet. Who gonna play Russell Simmons? And he was like, nigga, Russell Simmons gonna play Russell Simmons. Wow. And I was like, what time you want me to be there?
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't getting on that plane. Right. And we went in there, and Russell was really on a phone call. Like, he was like, after this call, we'll shoot the thing. And we went outside, and Spoken Reasons was like, nigga, let's just do it right now. And so, bow, we bust in. Russell was like, yeah, so what the fuck? Like, it was real. And then Smoking Reasons comes, bow, he hits the receiver and hangs up the call. And Russell really was like, man, what the fuck? Put this motherfucker out right now, right? And so I grabbed Smoking Reasons. I'm like, yeah, get him the fuck out. I'm slamming him all over the goddamn room. Wow. He's slamming shit off the table and shit. We go out. And then he's like, cut. And Russell's like, get the fuck out. Like, and that went on All Def Digital. Like, that's Russell was not acting.
Right.
Yeah.
He was really pissed.
And Smoking Reasons was really like fighting on my, like, I was trying to just hold, like, at one point I only had his calves and his whole upper body was flexed and he was slamming shit and doing shit over my shoulders. And I literally cranked him into the door and shit. So Russell, when he came to the show, I was like, man, I slammed the nigga all around his office. Like, Russell was like, oh, that was you. So it was all coming together. He's like, that motherfucker, he's fucking Havana. He's a Havana. Right? And the other thing that helped is I had a couple homegirls from back home, and they live down here now, and they have like this whole clique of like beautiful blonde like supermodel friends that were like bartenders and shit around in Hollywood or whatever. And that night in the booth was that's who was with them. So instead of me being like random comic that's coming up, when I walked by beforehand, they were like, Nate! Right? And I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck y'all doing here? They're like, oh my God. And so I was like, oh, you guys are already acclimated? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was very comfortable to, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck it, I'm going first, I'll do this shit. If I bomb, nobody will remember me. So I have nothing to lose. Fuck it. And then that's how that played out.
I don't even know. I don't know if I've even ever asked you this, which is hilarious. Where was the pivot? Where did you feel it at? Because I think obviously the TikTok is a thing that helped.
What pivot?
Where did you feel the pivot in your audience? Where did you feel like, oh, there was a swell of people coming from social media and TikTok? Like, was there a specific video you saw happen?
Hell no. And none of this shit works for one thing, for nobody. It's always, it's too much media out there. Like, it takes X amount of things at one time. And I still don't think I've really cracked it, still, to be honest with you. Because I know there's people that are like, I know him from Young Rock, or I know him from All Def, or I know him from whatever. But there's like, Brandon was telling me he was on the road with Lance. Lance was on the road doing a gig with Quake. With Cedric. Excuse me. Lance Woods was out with Cedric, and he said they were in the airport, and he was like, "Yo, I'm headed to Tacoma to do Nate Jackson's club." And then he was like, "I keep hearing that name," and he was like, "Yeah, he owns a club. He's a comic." And then Cedric like, "Wait, the comedian Nate Jackson and the club owner Nate Jackson are the same nigga?" And he was like, yeah. He was like, I thought that was different niggas. And he was like, that's the same nigga. Said was like, that young man is working hard. And he was like, yeah, man, good dude too. And so Lance just hit me to be like, yo, this is a conversation I just had. Which you got to have. You got to, if somebody talking like that, please tell whoever the subject is, because you don't know when somebody need to hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But as far as there being like a legit needle move or whatever, it wasn't that like.
Because in my brain,
Matt Rife is a part of the story.
Who stomach? Who farted?
London not eating.
God damn.
Anytime a nigga pass the rock that fast,
it's him. I don't know if it was in, out, or inside.
I'm not saying it.
It was
It was loud and aggressive.
If the plants don't start dying, it was in.
You need some fruit.
Well, I was going to ask you that. How did Matt Rife play a part in you posting content? So that's what I was going to
say, right? So like, literally, it was a conversation where he's like, you should get on TikTok. And I was like, I don't want another app. And how much do we hang out and somebody tells you what you should do? Or hey, you should get on Clubhouse, or you should get on Periscope, or what? I'm like, I'm not, bruh, I'm tired now. Like, another app?
Yeah.
And he was just like, just go on there and look at my shit today, and then go on there and look at it tomorrow and see. And I went one day, I screenshot, and then went the next day, and then looked at that versus that. I was like, this motherfucker grew like 35,000 overnight? And then I hit him like, yo, 35K in a night? And he was like, yeah, dude, they actually follow on TikTok. And I was like, all right, I'll look into it, right? That's the gist of that. It wasn't some long set of coaching. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. So off that impetus, I was like, all right, well, let me see how I can do this my way, right? So I'm not about to burn up a bunch of material. I'm running a club. It's fucking COVID. We're fighting our ass off trying to keep the club open and all of this stuff. And so I was like, you know, I'll just film when I'm hosting and fucking around, and that's what I'll post. So week or two goes by, and I'm talking to people, whatever, and then somebody in the comments is like, it'd be dope if we could see who you're talking to. And I'm like, well, shit, I own the club. It's a very easy solution, right? So I'm like, put a camera right here and put it on who I'm talking to. Post that. It's the first person on the internet doing that outside of, like, you know, Russell Peters has specials where he does that, but outside of that, I was the first. I think it's safe to say I was the first person to show the other side of it, like who you're talking to, with where you can hear him in caption. So I hit Matt back and was like, "Bro, you got to shoot that other side." Because when he came to my club, he just brought his own camera and put it on sticks in the back, or a tripod, and so he never had the other side. You just have to imagine who he's talking to, or whatever. And so then within a week, he had the other side of it, and so it was a synergy, right? Like if I found a thing. Just because he told me, I was like, do that. He told me, do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my nature, to be like, how can we improve in this thing? Like, if we're not making each other better, fuck are we doing? So there's that, and then I just kept on trying to be, you know, innovative in the space where, like, I can't see past a certain amount. So I'm like, turn the lights on. So after the first whatever, when I say turn the lights on, the show is as bright as a garage sale.
It's a totally different
There's no
thing.
lights. There's not a spotlight. It's not, the lights are up like the show is over. I can see everybody. And then if there's even people further than that, I was turning my back to the crowd and looking at the screen where the camera was showing balcony or whatever. So now I'm roasting the screen and everybody on the screen rather than my back's to the crowd. I'm like, go left, stop. Look at this motherfucker. Like, and so I hit him again. I'm like, man, thanks for telling me. He was like, man, you don't have to keep thanking me, man. I just told you about it. I was like, nah, motherfucker, this shit just changed my life, you know? So, and then within a couple of weeks, bam, he was talking to a security guard up in the rafters using the screen and shit. I'm like, so it's all making, it all feeds into each other. Now, just to be full circle and answer your question, what was the thing or whatever?
Yeah.
I was still with Gersh and Val Sloot. Shout out to Val Sloot, who's now running comedy at Gersh. And I had grown online to where I was like, okay, there's like, I saw, I don't know, say a 7,500 jump, right? Like a couple things went nutty, and then like I started seeing like a real flow of traffic into my page. And I was like, I want to go do a tester gig somewhere. And then they told me like all the clubs are booked for the whole year. I'm like, it's March.
Right.
Nigga, you can't get me a Fallout, a Thursday, a Sunday, or nothing. No, like we talked, we made some calls, and there's nothing we could do. And I was like, all right, bet, I'll do it myself. And so then I called Jenny from Laughs Unlimited out in the Old Sac. I called Hillary Huston and Casey, who have the mic drops, and I did. And then I think Carlos Miller or somebody couldn't do their Baltimore date. And I was like, give me, I'll do that too to fill in. So I had Arizona, Sacramento, Baltimore to do tester runs or whatever. When we went on sale in Sacramento, Jenny usually does Friday and Saturday. She was like, this is the first time I've had enough people trying to get tickets to wait list that we could actually do 2 shows on a Sunday. And I was like, do it. Right? And so there was another act at the Crest that weekend. Right. My shows, I had more people at my shows than they had at their show, and that person had heat. So I was like, okay, I just outsold this person. Hey, Gersh, I just outsold this person, whatever. Meanwhile, Chandler is a smaller club for mic drop at like I think 120 or whatever. They're on their 9th show, adding. I'm like, add until ain't no more, right? But it had just opened, so they're like, well, it's because it was a new club. I'm like, what the fuck? New club is doing 10 shows in a weekend. Right. How many things can you write off? My own club is sold out. They're like, you're from there. I'm like, okay, right off. Say another thing ain't that. I said, let's watch Baltimore then, right? Never been to Baltimore. This is one of the biggest comedy clubs in America at 500 seats, 300 on the bottom, 200 in the back. And I had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I sold the whole floor out on the Thursday, and then, which I wouldn't recommend any comic do. I think all comics should do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That way, off your heat from the first 2 days, people are buying tickets Sunday. Thursday, you snuck in on people. Right. You know, and so I sold out the 300 in the bottom, and then the other 4 shows were completely sold out. So 4,500 tickets sold in a market I ain't been to, which is a staunch market. It's an all-black club.
Right.
It was 60% white when I was there. And so I'm doing meet and greet, and there's 120 people.
It's 60. The audience was 60% white.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and there's 120 people in a meet and greet line. I don't even have no more shirts. I'm just taking pictures and smiling at people. They're like, I love your stuff. This is amazing. And I'd only really been on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook posting non-jokes for, I don't know, 3-4 months, just trying to be consistent. And at the end of that line was 2 agents from CAA. And they were like, we
in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. And one was a New York rep and one was an LA rep. So they flew to Converge on Baltimore to be like, we see you moving numbers, let's talk. And I was like, no, I need to holler at my agency first. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So I hollered at them and I was like, can we have a meeting? And because this happened. So you're aware. And, it was like, and then the next day I'll have a meeting with them, and then I'm in the market because I want a full table. I want representation all the way around, whatever. And right now, we're basically touring. Yeah, I have some TV credits, but that was either from my relationships or just hustle gig. You know what I'm saying? And the contrast between the 2 meetings was pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, I think this is what I want to do.
So who you with now?
CAA.
Okay.
And 3 Arts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
We had the same manager at one point. What's his name? Zach.
Good.
Yeah.
They're good people.
It's good. He's had a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know?
Oh, I know. He got me half baked too. Matter of fact, I wrote half baked. He got me that. He got
But
me.
you made it sound like you don't like him. You want to?
I'm not with him.
Oh well, I don't know. You should call him back. That
No.
motherfucker on fire.
I'm okay.
He got me. Nigga.
I'm okay. No, Zach, you know what's so funny? Zach was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was his partner that I was dealing with.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know too many more people over there.
Well, see, when I got there,
Yeah.
I got there before you, and they had the team, the black person with somebody black, because they felt like, you know, this is too inside baseball.
I'm with you. We picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. Sometimes when you at these companies, they feel like if you have a black talent, he has to be represented by the black agent that we have here or the black manager that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zach was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was the other person.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen a black agent over there. Do you know who that
He's
is?
probably gone.
He gone.
He lost his eyes.
I think
My-
they moved him
my-
to the Atlanta office.
Got it. My bone, if I have a bone to pick, wouldn't be on that level because that's just like I would just communicate like this is getting too
Black.
this or too that. Yeah, because it's like I'm from Seattle, right? So I'm very in tune with like when I'm marketed 100% urban. I'm like I'm being marketed 100% urban, and I have 10 minutes on crumble cookies, and I'm talking about Chipotle, and I'm talking about like all these experiences that are, yeah, I am the culture, but it's almost like it's really just me sharing my perspective.
Right.
Versus like what's traditional urban comedy, what that, you know what I mean? And I don't like being thrown into that bucket because of me being my color and my size or whatever. They just assume like, oh, another one. Boom, let's market him. Let's hit the same, let's use our 85 South pixel to market him. I'm like, why would you use the Nate Bargatze pixel?
Right.
Use the Matt Rife pixel. Why would you? So now I'm like, if my audience is 20% of everything, and I could tell, and I've been with every promotion company, literally from Icon to Outback to now with Live Nation, to see like when they chose an angle, it was like, bam, because you remember when we were out on shows, I'm like, yo, this room is all black, and we're gonna have fun. But you didn't. I don't know what you marketed, or where you marketed me, or how you did it. But that's not. You didn't market Theo Von like that. So that's what I was raging up against. And the color of my management, that wouldn't have been it. If they get that point and they go to the promoter and be like, listen, you got to diversify who. The whole point is you want return on your investment.
Right.
If you put $1 into marketing, you want at least $5 back in ticket sales. So then they can, without shame, put $25,000 into your marketing because they know they're going to get 125 back. You know what I'm saying?
So who's the blame for that? Is it your management or is it the promoter? Like if you
Promoter.
Yeah.
The promoter, because my management hears me and they're in their ear like, yo. And if the promoter doesn't trust that, you'd be like, don't tell us how to market a black act.
Right. We know how to market these niggas.
Right.
Let me ask you this: from off of what you were talking about, how it's always interesting how people, how they can encapsulate us and put us in these boxes based off of whatever thoughts they have of other people that they think are like you. What's an assumption about you that you actually wish was true?
There aren't too many assumptions that are. That's the thing. Like if somebody took the time to do more than look at the cover, they'd be like, oh, this book is a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. Right? But like I had an epiphany, and or a light bulb went off in my head or whatever, but it's crazy. I was watching it was on Instagram, and when you leave LA, you watch LA even though you gone, right? So you guys live here, so you might have been at this function or whatever. But I'm looking at the function going, man, fuck, if I was there I would have been. But I was looking at, I won't say names, but it was a big comics birthday party. And then everybody went to this birthday party. I don't know what day they did it on or if there was personal invites or what. But the group pictures of everybody standing in this picture was like every black legend in comedy, everyone that's booked in clubs and theaters, all in this picture, all black men.
Let's talk about Martin Lawrence.
No, I'm not.
No. You have a big birthday party, Martin Lawrence, this year.
No, it was Earthquake.
Okay.
So Earthquake had a fire-ass party. It was obviously cracking, but it was like Earthquake. I saw Jay Phillips. I saw Afion. I saw Marlon. I saw on and on and on and on and on. Black male comedy. Everyone is hilarious. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own voices and stuff. But I looked at it and I was like, everybody in this picture is trying to reach the same audience. And there's only 52 weekends a year, and people ain't coming out on holidays, and they need a month to recoil from what they just spent off the last month. So really, everybody in this picture is fighting over the same crowd over and over and over again. It's like, I for sure want to have more diversity in my audience, and I don't want to compete with everybody in that picture. I don't. That makes no sense. I want to do my thing and create my own lane. And so that's what I did. And I was showing and using social media to mold my audience, like to mold who the makeup of the audience was.
Smart.
I noticed if I talked to Asians, at my next show, there'd be some Asians there. I noticed if I talked to Samoans, my next show, it's Chi-Hoos coming from the balcony and shit. So I was like, well, if that's the case, let me be deliberate about who I'm interacting with. And even if I'm not deliberate about who I'm interacting with, let me be aware of what interactions I put online. Let me be aware of what my wall looks like. Does it look inviting to every nationality? It doesn't right now. I'll tell you, today as I looked at it, I'm like, this is black. The motherfucker, my whole wall looks like NAACP experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And when you look at comics whose crowds look different, go on their gram and scroll and go look how long before you see some of us on there.
How do you feel like obviously the Pacific Northwest had a huge effect on that because you're used to talking to all the different audiences. How do you feel like having a club there has helped and or hurt the journey? Because it's got to be a burden running a business that big, being one of, I don't even know how many black-owned comedy clubs there are.
3 now.
Yeah, I know it's not a lot.
Google, somebody fucked me up. I think Trenton was Googling it, and he was like, I just wanted to see when you say you're the biggest comedy club in America, is it true? And Google, like AI, was like, it is.
Wow.
And then I was like, well, if it's the biggest in America, there's only 6 other continents. Is there something bigger in Africa I don't know about? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, is it the biggest in the world? And then Google was like, it may very well be. It depends on who's in ownership of the such and such a club in Africa or whatever. And I was like, such a club in Africa, right? I went right away, like, boom. And it shows like this whole white family. And I was like, I'll be goddamn. I might have the biggest fucking black-owned club in the world.
In the universe.
Wow. And that's
Well, it might be some crazy shit on Mars we don't know about.
Yeah, but but there ain't no niggas out there.
that we know of.
Yeah, the nigga that own it, you know, what I mean, he a Martian nigga. Them different niggas.
And that's square footage or seats?
270 seats. What's the difference?
Yeah.
What is the difference? You can't. There's only so much square foot for on a CAD design that you can put a person.
Right.
I think that's cool, but the real thing of it is it's shameful. I think it's shameful that it's 270 seats is the biggest black-owned club in the country, and that the list might be 4, and we just lost another one, and there's another one. And there's another one right now that's for sale that basically just opened. And there's another, like, all the money we've made in comedy and we don't own shit. We don't own shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So every time we want to work, we got to ask for it. We can be fired. You know what I'm saying? We can be told no.
I want to know what made you open the comedy club in the first place, and how hard was it, or how did you go about getting the financing for it?
I started asking. That's how you raise angel investors. You need a business plan, a business prospectus, and then start asking. You put that out in front of people. They're going to put it to their advisors and be like, can this turn a profit? If it does, you know what I'm saying? And then have a track record where people are like, whether the comedy club works or not, I believe in the kid, right? Like, that's the way they're looking. Like, I believe in this kid. I think that something's going to have some and by the grace of God, it's still up, chugging along, you know what I'm saying?
But when you say you ask investors, I'm getting to the weeds now. Like, what type of investor? You went to a bank, you went to a lawyer, you went to a dentist. Like, what type of people believed in you to give you the financing?
I went to friends, or at least strong acquaintances, people that you know who got a bag in your life. You know who played for who and who, how long somebody was in what league, and who hit it in real estate and who whatever. Like, the thing that I was shocked was that 100% of the people that I asked said yes.
That speaks to your character.
100%, yeah. 100%
that's
of the people that I asked said
Yeah.
yes. They're like, we know he's gonna give it all he got to make it work.
Yeah.
And so 100% of the people that I asked said yes. Now, once that happened, we started getting some momentum, and other people were like, hey, I heard you were. I was like, all money ain't good money. I apologize. So I was turning people down.
Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Let me give you 50,000 real quick.
Yeah.
Just let me sell these dime bags.
Yeah.
Well, you I know that you're from up north, but a lot of times, you know, with comics, we only know, most of the time we only know the who we are as comics. You know, we don't really know. And I've been finding out about these guys. Do you have any brothers or siblings? What's Child's growing up space like? What does that look like?
I was basically raised by parents, where my parents are hella old. Okay, like, I skipped the whole generation because my dad was 40 when I was born, whereas all my peers' parents were in their 20s and stuff. Skipped the whole thing. My parents were older than the principal at parent-teacher meetings. I have two older sisters. One is 16 years my senior, and the other one is 12 years my senior. So there's Debrina Jackson Gandy, and then Erica DeVette Jackson James.
Dang.
And everybody's entrepreneurs.
Was there and were they supportive of, or were your parents or your grandmother, were they, as far as the
No, I didn't have grandparents. When I was
your
9, my
parents
grandfather, they're just old as fuck. My grandpa died at 103 when I was like 7 or something like that. And I saw him twice. And when I saw him, I was like, who the fuck is this? The whole house smelled like catfish and tobacco spit down in Bonita, Louisiana. And I was like, man, I don't know who this old ass stranger is. My dad was like, you stay in there till you know him. And he was like, watch out, nigga. Like, so he was just older. But no, my parents were older. Like, my dad was an established businessman. My mom was an established businesswoman. My sister was already, they both were valedictorians in high school. One was off to Pepperdine. The other one was getting ready to head off to Western and then Howard. And I'm going into 6th grade, 7th grade, you know what I mean?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
You want to focus on the childhood some more?
No, I'll double back. Go ahead.
I did have a question. I wanted to know what's the difference between, or the pros and cons between performing in a club versus a theater?
Nigga, the money. Oh my God.
Speak on it, brother.
I can only say so much because I've been raised in a household of entrepreneurs. I understand numbers. I understand what makes numbers do what numbers do, right? Like a number, you see it on paper, cool, but I know how to look at the factors that contribute to that being that number. It's one thing to be an accountant. It's another thing to be a comptroller where the numbers actually mean something and you have the authority to change and do a thing, right? So if for 7 years I've been paying headliners and doing breakdowns and knowing what to expense and what not to expense and what should be covered and all that, it's a profound shift to look at the same things and be like, who do you guys think you're fucking with? I not only do I do this every Sunday. Like, you guys got me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This ain't, go back and come back with this shit together, man. Because if you do a comedy club, they're going to expense probably flight, hotel, some marketing. And so you may have 5 shows for a weekend. Your expenses are, and maybe your writer if it's exorbitant, but your expenses might be $2,500 across 5 shows. You do a theater in one night, and expenses are like, let's just say the lowest I've seen is probably like $30,000. So I can leave from one city, and yes, it's one night instead of doing however many shows. But it's either the same or less than it would have been at a comedy club. But I see the gross number. I'm the gross before all expenses and shit. I'm like, damn, I made this kind of money tonight. And then I see what I got paid, and I'm like, come on, man. A lot of people getting paid with this. I can tell.
And so it makes more sense to do comedy clubs financially.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes and no. So here's why. There's something about the human brain not being able to quantify how many people it is that wanted to see you when it is broken up over a number of shows. I did 17 shows in 1 week in Chicago. Comics go, God damn. People go, oh, it's 17? Cool. But if in one night I did 300 people times 17, do the math on that, you'd be like, God damn. Now, if you have that picture, and that's why it's so important to tell that story. So that's why I'm whipping the camera around, being like, I'm out here with such and such, wow, and it's going great, right?
Right.
So I started that in clubs. I look on the internet at everybody doing that shit. Everybody showing their crowd. I'm in such and such, y'all make some
You
noise.
saying you the first nigga to show a crowd, Nate?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I am saying that I would say modern, in which it's new numbers to tell a story. Yeah. Okay. Other people don't. You haven't seen people just selfieing and holding and doing that. You've seen maybe they show you on stage from behind or somebody else took it and all that, right? Like, I made a point to be like, I'm going to show every crowd. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, by no means am I first, but everything that I'm doing with consistency is coming with thought behind it and doing it deliberately. It's strategy. Why am I showing the crowd? I could have just been like, thank you, good night, I appreciate you, Denver. Or I could be like, look at all these motherfuckers that paid to see me, Denver. That's not for Denver if I do that. That's for the rest of the world to be like, oh, we're supposed to be buying tickets to see him.
Because the other part of the story
culture
is,
that you breed. You know what I'm saying?
There's a line outside. It's like, it's all these things that are telling the story.
So we're walking the line and be like, look at all these people that want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're telling that story. And you can do that in a comedy club, but that's a lot shorter video. It's not as many people.
Right.
And even if you sold it out, that's still impressive. It is impressive to see people every seat in Ontario or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's impressive. But it's a whole other thing when it's Chicago theater, right? So we did 14 shows in Ontario, and that's the single week record in Ontario. Joe Coy used to do two weeks in a row, and he would do 17, 18, 19. Like, he is insane. Second highest grossing week ever, and you show 9 14 different videos like, oh, it's popping, oh, it's popping, oh, like, what do we go? That's a carousel. Like that does not do. But if you put all them people in a field, it just does something. Like, look at how people look at their views. You're like, man, I just put a video out that shit got 9,000 views. That shit's butt. That's ass. Like, when's the last time you're in front of 9,000 people?
I agree.
So when you change the perspective of it, you're like, damn, that is hella people, right?
Yep.
So it's all about perspective. There is something about the human mind that is like, listen, I did 300 people 5 times. That's 1,500. There's a difference between just showing you 1,000 people in the room. They would appreciate that more than 1,500 but doing any math.
Yeah.
Agents, comics, avid comedy fans are like, yo, that's a lot of people.
How much do you...
I just saw a post where somebody was like, the only 2 people selling tickets is Mojo Brooks and Josh Johnson. Argue with a wall.
That sounds like some crazy Facebook shit.
It was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know her. I was like, I'm finna call you Sin. I'm like, hold on, man. We got to have some perspective to this because, yes, somebody is sold out. And I'm not knocking that person is sold out. But it does say something. If I go to New York and I sell out Town Hall Theater 2 times for the comedy festival, and they ain't never been, that is powerful. Mm-hmm. But if somebody sell out Radio City 2 times, I need to shut the fuck up. Does that make sense? Like the sheer, like, you take my whole sold out crowd and it fills up 1/9 of that room. If we switched, that comic would throw up all over themselves.
Right.
So, but people don't get that. They just see, oh, his whole calendar is sold out. That's why I see all this is sold out. Then they were like, well, I went to your calendar, some of your stuff wasn't. So I said, yet, but by the time we get to any of these places, you can forget about it.
And there might be a show at it.
That's a fact.
That part. But again, the perception, it's all that. So there's people that are just looking at your calendar and seeing how much shit you got sold out. How much is new show added? How much is new show added, right?
Yeah.
So once you know that, then it's like, all right, well, how can we tell this story? What would you rather have, a 300-seater with 100 people in it or a 75-seater with 100 people in it?
75-seater with 100 people.
Because nobody's going to know. Yeah. They're going to be like, nigga, this nigga's standing all over the place.
I done did it.
But that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's ain't even know where to sit in that mother. He got that shit cracking.
Standing room, yeah.
So if you go to the store, you're like, do you want main room or do you want to stay slammed up in belly room?
Belly room until you popping. Tony Hinchcliffe. What killed Tony started in the belly room.
Right.
And then grew. Continue, and then Madison Square Garden.
You have a very unique perspective and a lot of information. How do you navigate with all that shit? Because this is one of my, being on the inside, this be my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because as this is my brother and I'm watching him through this journey, I know how much shit he know. And I'm like, so when things are happening, whether it be TV or film or ticket sales or the business side of it, I was like, do they know that you know the numbers? I was
No.
like, and when it's happening, like,
Fuck, I'm not telling them either.
yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm not
agree.
telling them either. Because that's when you're dangerous.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a fact.
Because they got to
agree.
understand that I know it. Now, my team knows it. That we've had enough conversations. They're like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is
He's on to us.
There's talent that's like, look, I just want to perform. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, I want to do that, and I want to see the breakdown.
Right.
All the way down to like, so,
What's the giggle?
because when you do a theater, they're gonna have a runner for you. Runner is a line item, right? And they'd be like, the runner had a $400 budget to get food or whatever for the backstage. You're paying for that. It's expense. You buy all of that. And none one shit free. So I'm like, okay, so if the runner goes to the store and comes back with $360 worth of shit, where the $40 go?
Right.
Because if I gave it to my sister, she'd come back with my change.
There you go.
Where's that at? I asked that question.
Oh, this nigga tripped about $40.
I don't like that.
So I said, it's not about not liking it. I'm like, what are we doing? It's my money. I want it now. Call J.G. Wentworth. You know what I'm saying? So it's that level of meticulousness that I'm looking at it, because if I got to pay for it and I'm expensing it, it makes sense for me to look. I would go over your bank statements, or you look at your, at least your bank account to be like, let me see if I'm still at where I'm at. And if you see something missing or something added, you can be like, hold up. You click transactions, you're like, oh, okay. such and such came through, or somebody made a mistake, right? Like that's natural for us, but they expect us to just be so blind and so into the art that we ain't asking no questions.
I want to switch gears a little bit because I feel like your acting career is starting to pop off.
This shit's going fucking crazy.
Crazy, right? My favorite line from the TV show Entourage was Ari, the manager.
That's BT's show.
That's my shit. That Ari, the agent, said Hollywood is a temperature game. It's all about how hot you are, right? How have you seen the difference now with your booking versus 2-3 years ago? And when I say that, have you changed anything in your skill set when it comes to acting? Or do you feel like because I am now Nate Jackson, I'm doing the same thing, but because I am now Nate Jackson to them, it's easier for me to get these roles?
No. I haven't had a thing yet that's that.
Okay.
We're early. Hollywood is early. We're before, like we are 8 months ahead of Ohio. We are like the things we're like, we told you he was gonna pop. We saw that coming. We knew. Like everybody knew Tiffany was about to pop. We knew the credits. We seen this. We saw that. We're like, just wait, tick, 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 and then boom, right? We knew. We were already treating her different in town,
right?
Which is a trip, but it was like, oh, everybody got the way Tiffany's here. You know what I mean? So, but as far as acting goes, no, I am legitimately earning the spots that I got. The difference now is once I'm on set, they're like, now they're familiar. Somebody has made them familiar now.
Okay.
But I can't wait until it's like, hey, we want him because. And we're there now to where like whatever the next thing is, it will, whatever I've done now can't be ignored. Because it's like, hey, we're looking at this kid, he did your show, is he cool? How was he on set? Oh, man, it's awesome, man. Have you seen this fucking special? Have you this? Have you that? Special? Okay, he's a comedian, Like, that's the type of conversations that have got to be happening behind the closed doors, because what I'll show up in here is like, I heard you were a comic.
I know, right?
I've already earned the role just on some sheer on the actor, right?
Right.
Now, here's where it's changed. On the casting side of the game and the agency side of the game, I have now gained some access to roles that got some more sink your claws into. There's somebody thinking about me and my skill set to be like, this should be good for Nate.
Got it.
Whereas before was like, janitor number 6, henchman number 2, shoe tie nigga. Like I'm like, God damn.
Shoe tie.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the first thing I noticed that changed was the sides got my name as a watermark.
Yeah.
Before it wouldn't do that. They just be like, don't let nobody see this.
Right.
So now whatever the role is big enough that if they get out, they want to know who the fuck.
To the agency of. It was like,
yeah. So that would be what changed.
But has anybody offered you anything yet?
No.
Not yet, huh?
No.
It's coming.
I'm developing, I'm writing things, I'm having the same meetings anyone would have and all that, but a lot of people are like, well, let's see, can he act? Let's see, does he have chops? Let's see, does he this? Let's see, does that? So Junkyard Dog, I mean, I got that because I just legitimately look like dude. Like they put a little afro on me, I put my arms up to 24 inches and I did everything to try and transform into the character, and I just looked like him. Then they found out that I could act some, and they're like, okay, let's give him some more stuff. So I took 2 episodes and turned it into 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. And then, so you can be written off to be like, okay, well, you look like him, that's why you got that. That ain't got shit to do with acting.
Right.
Right? So then I do Spirited, and they're like, okay, well, he wasn't nervous, or what? I don't know. He was cool, it wasn't that big of a part or whatever, I bet. Then you do Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it's like, okay. That's non-scripted. He went toe-to-toe with Tracy Ullman and Larry David, and it was memorable. It wasn't like just something that we tossed to the side.
Yeah.
And then, you see what I'm saying, to where it starts to add up, and it's like, dang, this what is now happening is the resume, quiet as it's kept, is nuts.
Oh yeah, it's getting crazy.
Well, yeah, the paper.
It's nuts.
Paper's out now.
The paper's out now.
Good Fortune is coming.
Yeah, so The Paper season 2 got greenlit before season 1 aired. Like 2 nights before season 1 was gonna come out, they're like, NBC is greenlighting season 2. I'd never heard of that before. Usually like the pilot's out or they see some energy. Yeah, this morning they just announced that it's going from Peacock to broadcast.
Oh wow.
Checks.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I know. I'm in syndication. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's
well,
checks.
I don't know what it means for me, but if I could just get a couple lavender shirts.
I thought I wasn't gonna wear the goddamn.
I love that shit. So then there's that, but then the movie he's talking about Good Fortune. So that's Aziz Ansari's directorial debut, which is getting crazy good.
It looks great with Seth Rogen.
Yeah. So the paper has 94% Rotten Tomatoes. The reviews for Good Fortune, so it's Aziz, Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, Keke Palmer. The cast is nutty, and then Keanu does so many serious movies that as soon as he does something that's not that, it's a cult classic right away. And I haven't seen it. I want to see it, but I've heard, like, I bookend it, and they're like, "Dude, you stood out like that. You, right on, kid." That's the kind of shit I'm getting back. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, yeah, I did it, and then they're like, "Hey, we have some reshoots," and I'm like, "What reshoots?" We got it. Right. We shot all day for what I did. A reshoot would suggest y'all lost some footage. I told them, I said, "Ain't no damn reshoot. This is gonna be some mo shoots. Watch. Watch. It has to be. It makes no sense. We're not going back to go do that same." And sure enough, I showed up. It was a whole nother. They put a book. They added some more shit, and I'm like, "Look at God."
Let me
if you were in a room, because you've obviously got a lot of different relationships you've developed, even coming from home to here and in the business. If you were in a room with, everyone that you've met, who would you go speak to first, and why?
Everyone industry-wise that I've met?
People, anybody. With the people that you know.
Are you talking family also?
If anybody, who would be the one person, a room full of people that Nate knows. We got BT, we got that agent, we got that teacher. You say, "Yo, I'm going to this person." Who would that be and why?
I'm going to go to my manager. I'm going. And then we'll go to everybody else in the room together. My manager, then my agents, and then my own squad. And now
Team NATO,
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I want my executive assistant. I want my production manager. I want all my shooters. I want my team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now we can talk to whoever's in the room. But I'm probably gonna go to, the showrunners for the paper. They're just genius. They brought us to Office.
Greg Daniels, right?
That motherfucker's a brilliant mind.
He's I've been listening to some of his podcast interviews. Yeah.
That motherfucker brilliant.
Like, yeah, if anybody don't know Greg Daniels, go do your research. He's created something like the big Parks and Rec, The Office, Paper. It's something else. But he is that dude. Wrote for SNL at one point.
Yeah, and then I just booked this other thing. That's why I'm here now.
What is it?
Can't say.
Come on. Give us this. Man, this ain't gonna drop till next year. Come on now. Come on. Don't be that way. At least next month. Lavender. Come on, I got the lavender shirt on, buddy. Come on now, baby.
No, this is crazy.
What is it?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's called The Crazy Show.
No, it's insane. When all this shit ain't hot, we ain't rolling, I'll be like, "Brother, let me tell you what the fuck it is."
Okay.
Let me tell you about my day today.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, okay.
Can you say the director or a star that's in it?
You'll know everything.
Okay. Avengers.
Okay, so
No, it's not no Avengers.
Oh, okay.
But I would like to play a fat Spider-Man though.
Fat Spider-Man.
Just like pulling burgers to myself and doing a web sling and still walking. Man, I need some more web.
I did have a question. Do you have any stories with Keanu Reeves? Or you had any like wild stories that happened on the set of Good Fortune?
Oh, no. So when you do a movie, like, everybody ain't on the set all at the same time. He was over there. Like, that's the story I got. He was over there, and I'm like, "What's up?" He was like, "What's up, bro? Just chilling." And then I was like, "Bet." And whoever the AD was, he was like, "Come on, wardrobe."
Okay.
That's that. So cool. He saw me or whatever. Bet. I spent a lot of time with a stand-in. My stand-in spent time with his stand-in. Then I was with the stand-in, and then we were just standing around chilling. He was like, "Let me just get a feel for the scene." And then he came out. We rehearsed real quick, and that was smooth. And he was like, "Cool." And then he jumped in an SUV and went to go change, and then came back. We knocked it out. Boom. So that was the extent of that. I was like, man, I wanted to meet Kiki. Where's Seth Rogen? Where's all the... You know what I'm saying?
I did have a real question, real quick.
No, go ahead.
With all your success that you have you started sleeping with white women yet?
I don't know if that's is that representative of like a level up?
He's just...
Is that your...
I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that's the... I mean... women,
You sound befuddled.
I'm not befuddled at all. I appreciate all women, but for me personally, it's not like there's a level of success I reach that gives me access to white women. I'm like, nah, I'm on.
No, it ain't the access. You know how you know some of these Negroes out here. They get on and
I'm
start.
just saying I'm not them.
That's
I get it, but being from the Pacific Northwest, there has been every nationality is in your face, and there's so many beautiful cultures and mixes and blend. Like, don't sleep on Seattle. We have
beautiful women.
I'll put us up against, but it got to be an event though. Or they ain't coming out. They're not coming out.
They ain't gonna be in just a Target.
No, hell no. No, they might be, but they're not gonna be done up.
Okay,
You'll be like, she got potential. That's what you'll see at Target. But for the right event, R&B only or something crazy like that, you'd be like, woo, woo. Please don't choose before you get there.
That's hilarious.
I wanted to ask about the Netflix thing, man. When your Netflix special on Netflix, he announced his special. He was on Twitch. And it's like literally 11:45, 11:50. The time's ticking down, and it drops. He's like, "Oh my god, my Netflix special's on Netflix. Hey, you guys, y'all go watch my Netflix special on Netflix." I'm like, "Why you keep saying it like that?" So,
because my Netflix special is on Netflix.
It's like it can't be nowhere else.
Yeah, but you can shoot a Netflix special and it don't be no goddamn where.
Touche.
They could shelf it. I'm like, my Netflix special on Netflix
right now.
That's what I said.
Yes,
and I was up too. I was like, man, I
Wide
just want to
right.
make sure this bitch is on. When let me just let it refresh. I'm gonna click the first two frames.
My Netflix special's on Netflix.
I exist.
Right.
I exist. We can't go back from that.
Do they? You feel seen?
Yeah, you got to now.
Yeah.
How can you not? I'm like, fuck a verified check. There's my goddamn, I'm right there. That's you can find, and can't nobody's. I remember I started out in the IE when I first moved down. My family was like, we live in LA. I drove out there. Them niggas were not in LA, nigga. That was 45 minutes every night driving in. And everybody out there, the culture out there was like, I'm a comedian. You be at the Improv? You be at the Improv? You be at the Improv? If you didn't perform at the Ontario Improv and you were a comedian in the IE, you ain't shit. I don't give a fuck how hot your night is. Give a fuck how funny you are. We ain't gonna be at the Improv.
Right.
And the country feels that way about streamers. They feel that way about wherever they can find, even if it's not a stream, if it's broadcast. It's like, yeah, I'm a comedian. Okay, where can I find your stuff? Right? Oh, Hulu. Oh, on such and such or on such. And that's where like YouTube is gaining momentum that you could be like, my special's on YouTube. And they're like, oh, okay. But when you say my special's on Netflix.
It definitely has a different zing to it.
It's not just, it's this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't know me, that's on you, not on me.
Yeah.
Before it's like, oh, keep working, kid. Now it's like, oh, shit, is it?
It's like that thing that happened behind you. You know, Nate Jackson, he got a special on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on them. It's on the audience. Yeah.
Just on Netflix. And they're like, oh, shit. And people are like, I remember he had that rap card. That's the story everybody goes to. I remember he had that rap card. I'm like, yeah.
Everyone's like, you know what bothers me about the rap card? Nobody acknowledges the cards on the back. The card was wrapped, yes, but that's not the part that was okay. Yes, the card's wrapped. His face is on it. It's Nate Jackson's. All right, boom. But if there was an arrow, the design of the card had an arrow that went to the trunk, and on the trunk it was a little thing that you flip open and took a card. That's the part.
Really?
It says
take a card. It's in the wrap.
To this day, I've never seen anybody take a card. I just hear the door close, and I look, and there'll be somebody walking on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the part everybody leave out.
But I didn't have. I try to tell people all the time because I think it's very narcissistic to put your face on your card 7 times, right? Like it just is. But I didn't have the money to do that. I went in there with like $800 to $1,000. Like I just want to wrap like the hood, and then just let it fade to whatever the regular color of the car is. And these people were used to wrapping fleets of cable vehicles and cable trucks and Comcast vehicles. So they were like, we're gonna show out. So they took my design and flipped it. So instead of me just having the hood, They did 3/4 of the car. Added glitter, added a bunch of cool designs and stuff, put the Take My Car, did the windows, didn't charge me no extra money, and they pulled a cape off my shit like it was
Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, we added a little bit, we see you grinding. They were like, whoosh. I was like, oh shit.
Right.
Let me show people. You know what I'm saying? Like that first riding around, like, brrr, you know what I'm saying? Engine was all fucking up because we took it around the country.
We definitely drove that car. We definitely drove that whole car around the country twice.
But yeah, so
if somebody was trying to kill it like you in the game right now, someone was starting out, maybe never done stand up, never posted a video, what 3 pieces of advice would you give somebody?
are they funny yet?
Sure. Or I mean, that might be your first tip.
If you're not funny, get funny. Because once you are funny, welcome to this whole club of thousands of people that are funny. And then, okay, then what are you doing to let people know you are funny? What are you doing where people can see value in paying money to come see you, and then use the internet as a talent show? What have you done for me lately is a real thing. I got, I'm just in a comedy club level. I try to book somebody I'm like, do you have a picture? Picture be from Comic View. Then go on YouTube, type their name in. The joke be from Last Comic Standing. I'm like, what are we doing? Well, you get here and you got fresh shit. You wearing new outfits. You look fresh. Why haven't you invested in yourself enough to get a fresh picture
shirt on
and put up? But I'm just saying, like, that's real. Like, the general public, when they're looking to buy tickets, they're looking at it's you on a website, and as far as they can scroll, it's other faces. Why would they have an affinity to come see you? Unless it's their birthday or some reason, like, well, we're going on that week because it's my cousin's birthday and we're all going to that show. Why would they be like, oh, they got this person. Ooh, he's coming? I got to get down, but I got to get that. Like, what are you doing to, like, how are you fresh? So that advice I would give is, like, what are you doing to stay fresh, right? And so I had to shift gears because contractually I couldn't do what my strategy was. I had a strategy, and then that basically got blown up based on contractually what I needed to do to foster the relationship with Netflix.
What you mean by that?
Well, I was putting out an hour a month, and some months 2 hours, right? It's called a crowd work joint. You're not allowed to talk about anything but what's in front of me or what I talked about or anything that I've thought about since I woke up or what's in front of me. And you got to do as much time as you can. And so I go on stage and I literally make up shit for 45 minutes to an hour. Whatever happens, happens, and thank you, good night. We might edit out just maybe we might edit out 4 minutes or something. Maybe if somebody was a bad interaction, and then that goes online. That just like that, goes straight online like that. And those on average have 1.6 million views each. And it's 24 hours like that. Okay, so then that's different than the snippets. The snippets are just from other shows, out and about, whatever. So every day there's 1 to 2 clips a day of me fucking around on stage. But there's a whole audience that's like, bro, I needed this crowd work joint, right? So I thought in my mind that it was pushing over to there. I was like, let me put a lower thirds on it. Let me interrupt the crowd work joint. Be like, hey, on this day, make sure your Netflix is up, on, and running. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I wanted to do. But, you can't tell them. They're a conglomerate. They want to do what they want to do. So I was like, bet, we won't. And so it all has worked out now, but it did affect, like, what I thought was what. Like, this is how I felt. I felt like I was ahead. And then because I had to chill, a lot of other people were able to catch up with basically doing the same shit. So
Gary on?
Huh?
Gary on?
Well, yeah. But that's not an attack at Gary, because Gary came and did my club, and I literally teach classes. I'm literally telling you game right now.
Right.
I am not tripping on giving game out at all. I want to see your family eat. That's just the nature of who I am.
He's addicted to helping.
Do not be Jason Bourne when a motherfucker asks you what happened, though. If you get a needle move, don't be amnesiac, right?
Right.
Or don't reduce the amount of that I gave you down to, in Gary's case, a jersey. Like, you think I give a fuck that he's wearing a jersey? What about the full infrastructure that I just showed you with a comedy club and offices and my staff and an editorial calendar and then giving suggestions to how we should do things and us starting a podcast and all of that? And shout out to him for being able to be malleable, not just being the OG that can't get out of the same, you know what I'm saying? So I have no hard feelings towards Gary. The only reason we're talking about that is because I think Envy was petty enough to try to bring up something that was already dead when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
This is not a new, fresh conversation. Me and Gary are good. I will be at his wedding. We're solid. But I give. And it's always been like that. My first epiphany wasn't how to get views. My first epiphany was in 2012, and I was like, I need to focus on me, man. If I put the type of energy I put into everyone around me into just me, something's going to change. And sure enough, there it started to go. Because I helped with the Black Office thing with Billy. Billy Sorrell's had the series of Black or whatever it was like. It was like The Office or whatever, and it went on BET.com.
Yeah.
And then, should I wait for that?
No, you good.
Oh. But when it went on BET.com, they only allowed him so many spots on their website to say whose it was or who was a part of it or whatever. So no one was really credited. I think we all were in it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I literally was damn near directing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that happen and nobody say Nate? You know what? I could have did a show like this or something like this on my own. And I just start to pivot. And that's not no shame on him either, because I want to see him win.
I was trying to avoid this, but it's really starting to annoy me, bro. I don't understand the conversations. I'm starting to hate the term crowd work, because I think there is a glaring, like, distant thing that has happened. Yes, going on stage and somebody could ask questions, and comics know how to do that. But that is very different than creating in real time, taking ideas, setting up a premise, a setup, a punchline in real time, calling it back, bringing something else back in, having tags, having to act out within really right in front of each other. Being one of the monsters in this business and being as hilarious as you was, a certified killer pre any of this other shit, when you hear these conversations and they're like, oh yeah, you know, well, I'm like, no, what you're talking about, yes, that's bullshit. But that's like, cause
I'll be watching Jeff die and I'm like, you really don't like what you call crowd work. Okay, so
when he was saying it, said it, he did it. I was like, yes, Jeff. But I'll talk. Jeff's doing the show. We'll talk to him when he gets here. When he said what he was saying in that moment, I was like, no, Jeff, that's the thing. You freestyling this moment in front of these people. The topic just happened to be crowd work right now. Yes. I said that's what we're talking about. I was like, creating in real time
is name something trending,
right?
And we're beating it up in person. Live, that's what this is. It's not about it being crowd work. It's about it being, you're a toolbox comic. You are loose. Like, there's comics that are going to do the same set no matter what, right? I said this on the LA Times. Two kinds of comics. Two kinds of mechanics. There's a mechanic you take it to, they charge you X amount, they stick that thing on there, they tell you, they do we do 180-point tests, and you're like, man, just tell me what's wrong with it. Like, yeah, it'll tell us. $430 later, they're telling you it was something. Then there's the mechanic that knows what, they just open the hood and they listen. It's a timing belt. Right? The machine gonna tell you, the person gonna tell you, but at the end of the day, you open up the toolbox and you give the car what the car needs, right? So when you walk out onto the stage with an audience and you're feeling what things hit the hardest, you're like, let's stay in that. For years, we've been yelling at the Laugh Factory, stay in there!
Stay there! Stay there!
Stay there! Stay there! You're crushing!
Yes.
Stay there!
Do this.
Yeah, for sure.
I did
what did he say? What was the sound he made? And
do it again!
Because we're live.
Yeah.
Stay in that, right? Like, do you stay on your set list? And so what my example is if you got 5 jokes and your 4th joke is about motorcycles, your first 3 jokes are about cats, and you walk out on stage and the front 5 rows are a motorcycle club, are you gonna do the jokes about cats? Or are you gonna put the motorcycle out front, build rapport, now they know you're funny, and they'll listen to you talk about cats now?
Or just stay in a motorcycle joke. Or just literally just live in the motorcycle thing for however long you decide to stay there. Cause it's just that freedom, man. It's just like
we're creating on the spot. And so I understand how that could be frustrating when, you know, if you want people to appreciate you for your preconceived notions and pre-thought out things and your pen and things that you've manicured hella, then I could see how it would be frustrating to be like, I worked on this bit for fucking 8 months and this motherfucker went up there and on the spot killed as hard or harder than me.
Right.
Man, fuck that guy. I could see that because I've said, man, fuck that joke.
Yeah.
I literally have been like, I remember a long time ago, I had this joke about John McCain's arms. It's a phenomenal joke. And I was pushing it and crafting it and I'm mind mapping. I got out papers. I'm really doing like the Jerry Seinfeld type of writing. Mm-hmm. And I would tell it and it would be cool. And then I come right back with some shit about some toes, people falling all out their chair. And it pissed me off because I was like, yo, I want to be able to talk about this shit as much as I want to talk about that shit. And it was driving me crazy. I went to, they had this comedy boot camp thing. It was Kyle Cease and Louis Anderson.
I remember that.
And Louis Anderson was like, and I explained all of that. And he literally was like, Nate, don't do that to yourself. Appreciate all parts of who you are. If a fart joke hits, say the fart joke. You think I don't got jokes about sex and masturbation? I can't say it in my jokes about cooking and my mom, but I'll call my friends and give them to them.
Right.
Say the shit that's a party. And so from then I was like, you know what? Fuck it then. Booger fart titty fuck. If that shit is smacking,
booger fart titty
just
fuck.
as good as a soliloquy about the left versus the right and the alt politics. It's so hard.
Right.
The people laughing. And that's why my special is super funny. I wasn't going for, I'm not trying to, nigga, we gonna laugh. This is not, comics be like, man, comedy's my therapy. Nigga, go get a therapist. You are getting paid to make niggas laugh and forget that they need therapy.
Right.
Facts. Hey, man, we about to get out of here soon. But before we get out of here, we do have a game called Kill It or Let Live, okay? So I'm going to throw out some topics. You going to say whether we should kill it or let it live. It's
but
all
what's
good.
that? What's the metaphor? Let live mean like, let's do it?
It's all good. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with it.
Or nah, kill that shit.
Yeah, kill that shit. Yep.
Okay.
Kill it or let live. Comedians other than you posting crowd work clips.
Why do you make that face like that?
It's his alter ego of
I love it. He's
BS.
That's your ass. Get you in a corner.
Get that. Come on, man.
Let it live, man. But this is the thing, and I know you want to shift to the game, but I've been wanting. You keep something popping up in the back of my mind.
Go for it.
We have to adapt. If I slow down from being an innovator enough that other people are like, that's the wave, I'm doing that, then I can't stay on that. That will die. It just can't. I can't do that with my comedy club. I can't do that with my jokes. I can't do it with nothing. So I am pivoting, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more material in the same space where they already appreciate me for crowd work. Then it's all right, well, who can keep up with the amount of content that I come up with?
It's another challenge going on after because you're keeping it moving.
Have to.
Yeah.
Because if now you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And now the agents are like, who's the next Nate Jackson? I swear to God, that is not, I'm not bullshit. That's the quote. Who do you see coming? Who else do you see coming up that can do it like you can do? I'm like, man, what the fuck you talking about, man? So I'm not unique no more?
Yeah, I'll show you bitches.
Wow. Got it.
Put it in fifth. You about to pill out.
Yeah. I had somebody say, if I put you in a house with 5 comics, can you, after a certain amount of time, can you have all of them pop in the way that you did your shit? And I'll pay for the house, and I'll pay for room, board, food, I'll pay you, I'll do all this. I was like, so, okay. So you don't think this is a God-given thing. You think this is something that can be taught or whatever. So that undermines my talent in general. And he's like, no. I respect what you do. I don't think anybody can do it exactly the way you do it. I don't even want you. But if there was 5 different people, could you turn them into bona fide monsters in this way where they're loose and they think like you think and whatever? I'm like, It's a lot. That's a heavy question.
Was he trying to develop a TV show? That sound like a TV show
It
concept.
sound like a TV show, but it would be more so of like it was. The person wasn't a TV show producer. The person was somebody who makes money off of people doing stand up.
Okay.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
they wanted 5 new acts that would be smashing. They wanted 5 more me's. They wanted 5 more.
Was it was it one of your reps?
I can't say who it was.
Okay, because this is what I was about to say. Representation, you gotta be careful. What I realized, this shit is a business, and it don't matter. They like you when you making them money, and as soon as they feel like you not making them the money that they were accustomed to, you just another nigga. And even if you white, you another nigga. I mean that. Okay, kill it or let
but
live.
I think this is why you shouldn't rely on them for your next meal.
That's a fact.
This is
I
how
don't.
the comedy club came about.
I'm with you.
But for the person that's like, oh, cool, gigs, feed me. As soon as that dry up, then what? I read Kevin Hart's book, and this shit made a whole mental shift to me because he did Paper Soldiers, then he did Big House, then they pulled that, then he did Soul Plane, and Soul Plane got bootlegged so much people were buying it at gas stations before it was in theaters, so the numbers sucked. So then he had to go out and get it out the mud.
Out the mud, baby.
And that's why they took him off the shelf. I was like, well, don't nobody want to see his movie. He was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go directly to the people then.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So now that can't be taken. So then when you got that kind of following, you can make movies yourself and your following will watch it. Now you breaking records and over and over. There's no reason he would ever need to ever stop, because that he is a self-made man. But then you also add in industry stuff, and so that's where I'm looking at that. Like that's the Alchemist for me.
Oh yeah.
Cause I moved from LA, bruh. I was like, man, I'm about to open a comedy club and just get in my bag this way. I'll tour, I'll whatever, but I'm about to be up. I got to go home, man. And now it's show after I pop after I leave.
Shit, you sound just like your dad.
He sound like his dad.
Oh my own. I got to go, man. I got to go.
So no, I want everybody to do. This is the thing. I want everybody to post consistently. I think the part that's lame is when somebody goes, I'm just gonna mimic what I already see working. I think if you sit down and you go, what will work for me, that plays to my strengths that I can do every day, then do that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's why I post videos of women's butt cheeks every day. And you can follow me at Justin Hires, and you can see them butt cheeks all damn day. Y'all know me. Y'all see them cheeks.
Y'all know me.
Y'all know me. Kill it or let live. Chat GPT writing jokes for you.
I think you should kill it as not have it.
Yeah, kill it is not have it. Let live is cool for Chat GPT to write your jokes.
I want to say kill it. I think we should be tough on our own, because where's Chat GPT pulling from that you think you're still being authentic?
Oh yeah, kill that shit.
Good point.
They just lost a lawsuit where one of these companies had to admit to putting thousands of entire books and literature into the AI so that it had more of the human experience that could answer people better. If you ask Chat GPT a bunch of stuff, that doesn't just stay in your profile. The information that it came up with and all that stuff gets regurgitated in different ways. That's why they got a whole nother AI that just catches Chat GPT answers and essays and stuff. Because it has habits. It has, you know what I'm saying?
Whew. All right, kill it or let live. Your feature act bombing on stage right before you perform.
Let that live.
Oh, you're a good dude.
Is it consistent?
Every night.
Kill it.
Are you gonna raise the stakes on it? Raise the stakes.
Nah, kill it. But this, my thing is like,
Okay, 3 nights in a row.
but I can't play like that now. We're not talking about. I'm not in clubs. If I am, we're talking theaters. We're talking $75, $150 tickets.
Yeah,
somebody bombing at that level is like, bro, you actually put a dip in this show and hurt. Like that shit would be on the Ticketmaster reviews.
Yeah.
Hey man, the openers was trash. Come to the show a half hour late, so you don't got to see them. Like that, you don't want that.
Yeah.
So nah, I'm responsible for everything from once they enter the building to once they leave the building. I'm responsible for that entire experience. What music is playing, how, like all of that. What's on the screens, what's that full experience, well before I'm out on stage. So somebody up there bombing, that is on me. Now, if you go, hey man, I'm working on a new bit, let me see if it works or whatever, and then it don't go well, I'm like, okay, well, we got another show, let me see how are you gonna change it? If you're growing from it, that I think we let live. But I just don't know if theaters is the place for that. I don't think
working out, yeah.
I don't think Friday and Saturday are the days for that. I think you take your ass to Monday mic or Tuesday mic or Wednesday mic or go get you a Thursday night somewhere or a Sunday night somewhere and you just work on your shit. By the time you're prime time, shouldn't be no missing.
I kind of understood that idea. I didn't get it at first with ends. I'm like, yo, man, ends, let people just work out. But on the business side,
That's the owner of the comedy union.
yes, them weekends, really, people get dressed up. People want to
Friday,
experience.
Saturday.
So, yeah, it's time to show up. Yeah, it's not the time you put in no reps then.
All right, I got 2 more. Kill it or let live. A club promoter saying he'll pay you the rest of your money later. I'll pay you later. Give me the next Friday.
Kill that. Bro, you didn't have my money before. Where the money at?
Work, right.
What are you talking about? When you called me and said what you could pay me, you should have had that money on you then. Now you don't, and people done came and paid. You still don't. And if you so broke, you don't got enough money to pay for this lineup of comics because people didn't come to this show. You ain't got no business promoting. You got to be able to cover your L.
Yeah.
Nah, I've thrown too many shows, but I've been producing shows for over 20 years. Way before Super Funny was a club, it was a show. So
A bunch of shows.
shitload. But so that makes no sense to me. And the other thing is like once you get the cadence of how to throw a show down, you can throw a show for. I've thrown theater shows where my first money was $10.
Wow.
Right? So. Are we running out of time? I can explain it real fast.
What the engineer do got to wrap up, but we started a tad late. But go. We wrapping up though. Yeah, because he got a.
So I don't know if everyone can do this, but I'll say what my experience was with doing this. But I found out that Brown Paper Tickets or any ticketing company would get you. You could get physical tickets. You could say whatever they were worth on the ticket. You could say who your lineup is on the ticket, and you could buy some $10 worth. They're 10 cents a piece. That's 100 tickets. Right? So I spend $10, I get those tickets off to this thing I made a flyer for. It's not even real yet. And off of the first, 50 tickets, I buy my headliner's flight. Then I go back buy some more tickets. Right? It's only $10. So I start with $10. I'm building the momentum. I'm believing that this thing can happen. If at the end of the day, I'd be like, man, this show ain't gonna happen. I apologize. And I just lost a flight and probably whatever I paid for a spot. But venues don't be wanting your deposit until they want half before, a little bit before, and then they want the other half before the show happens. So if you sell 100 tickets at $10 a piece, you got $1,000. 100 tickets, 100-seat venue. How much do you think that costs for the night? They only gonna want X amount of dollars. So give them $100 3 weeks out. Give them $100 after that. And so now you're throwing a show. So I got that to where every Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, I was doing a 724-seater back home, and hustling to where I'm like, I'll come to your house or meet me at the Tacoma Mall Krispy Kreme. And I would just have people stopping by buying tickets. And if you bought a ticket, I'd be like, how many you getting? 2? Hold these 4 up. Take a picture. Justin Hires is going. You going to be there? Post that on Facebook. Bad bitch walking by. Hey, come hold 2 tickets. What is this for? Just smile, bitch. She going to be there. You going to be there? She like, where am I going to be? You can have one of those. Bet. 2 weeks later, she's like, can I get 3 more? Because my sister went, yep, I am at the Krispy Kreme, but I can't get the other ones for a deal. And that's the momentum. And once the city feels like, damn, everybody going to be there, like they start to see all the pictures, they're like, damn, that's every barber, every stylist.
Yeah,
that's
they don't
a
want to
bad
miss
bitch.
out.
Now you got FOMO.
Woo.
And I started with $10.
That's
The tickets are currency.
When you go
Once you
make
got
that drive
tickets in
and
your
they give you the
pocket-
money, you realize, damn, that nigga just gave me $20, but that's 2 tickets.
Because the ticket
It's
says, you put whatever value on it. People look at that and be like, oh, this is $20. No, this is a piece of paper that I said is worth $20, and I'll let you into this thing. I wasn't paying for haircuts no more. I bought outfits being like, nigga, how many tickets do y'all need for this clothes? Pow. They're like, oh my God, we good, Nate, you good.
Wow.
So that's 15, 17 years ago. That's the hustling of it.
This is my.
So you ain't got the money? You a promoter?
Circle back. Yeah.
What happened? Somebody got you on your way in here? Where's your wife? She ain't got her card?
She left me. Last, kill it or let live. Eating ass.
Nah, Lord have mercy.
You disgusted Nate with that one.
Every time.
No.
We gonna get it every
You-
episode.
you annoyed
I thought you was
me.
gonna forget.
You
I thought,
say it every episode?
no,
every episode.
no, but every.
He asked all 4 times that I did it. It was ridiculous.
The delayed punch.
You want some of this?
Want your
Okay,
booty
wait,
out
somebody-
there? No.
All right, before we get out of here, man, there's so many things. So one, I think no, I got to do it. Top 5 cities to perform in
For who?
for you. Would have been your just a few that stood out.
Okay, so there's some that are like Houston is lit, Washington State fire. I like LA. I like Ohio. There's great shows. The Upper Northeast is crazy. Chicago is just I think Chicago might be my favorite. But
Okay.
Phoenix, you get to perform in the round.
Yeah, Phoenix around. That's good. You get about 6.
Least favorites.
Oh,
Shit.
go
Okay.
for it.
South Florida.
Okay.
It ain't got nothing to do with comedy. I just don't like fucking South Florida.
Yeah. All right. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Miami?
Fuck Miami.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Florida. Wait a minute now.
Congratulations, nigga. You ain't from that part.
That's true.
Exactly. And y'all, wherever you be like, man, they weird down there. Bro, I lived there for a year and a half as an undergrad in college. I was like, I don't get it.
Okay.
Anyway, so, but again, I did the Miami Improv, had a great time. So it ain't got nothing to do with, it ain't got nothing to do with the comedy part of it. So, so Oregon,
Okay.
not that excited. Idaho,
Matt Rife loves Oregon.
he's doing great in Bend.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. But that's I mean, look at his crowd. That's where they all at. Surprise cities that I have enjoyed. Oklahoma City was a movie
Oklahoma City was great.
twice, and I did not expect it. I was like, man, we're going to Oklahoma City, man. These motherfuckers stole my Sonics. You know what I'm saying? They stole my basketball team. We get out there, and it is a whole movie. Oklahoma City was a sleeper. You hungry?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Okay. I got it.
But you get it. That's 7 or 8
yeah.
different ways.
we got it.
Yeah, we got to go. So, real quick, I'm going to. You have an amazing clothing line, the Rose Collection.
Thank you.
It's available. Everything's available now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the website just got a complete revamp.
So,
What's the website?
TheRosesCollection.com, and it is for style that blossoms and confidence that blooms. It was designed to be for bigger guys that get rejected for wearing. You can't get your size nowhere, but now we starting to have some smaller sizes because people are like, this shit fly. This is a shirt. These are my jeans. So we have denim.
Oh, that's
we
fire,
have
bro. Those
shirts.
your jeans?
These are my jeans. And then we have, so there's 4 levels. There is like loungewear where it's like crew necks and sweatsuits, and then the next level up is things with rhinestones, and the next level up is denim and denim with rhinestones. So I was wearing my clothing line on my Netflix special where I'm shining like crazy, and then the top level is like literally from the loom, not even cut and sew, from the loom, 380 GSM if you know your weights and cottons and terry cloths and all that, like jackets with 4 and 5 textures built into them. And jackets and pants that, like, I have some fire.
But the real quick, do you have anything in lavender?
So it's crazy you said that.
Yes.
Because there is I gotta say it fast, but there is
I'm out here
the magic clothing convention in Vegas. It happens twice a year, in the winter for summer and the summer for winter. That's where they announce the new colors. And so this year, one of the like most popular new Pantones is a version of that, but it's like,
Look at you.
It's more popping. So I have a rhinestone hoodie coming in that, and then I have another thing they call it's called bandage, and it looks like gauze all over the place. So yeah, that's coming. They're calling it berry.
Okay.
So I have that, and
I'ma
then I have
check that
black
out, bro.
hats with the roses and berry threads.
Yeah, and I got this. This I guess the last one. If you have a lot of different things going on that we didn't even get to, if you could have it the way that you want it, what does it look like career-wise? Because we got music out right now with Twister.
Yeah, I want to shoot 4 movies a year. I want to do a TV show. We should have something syndicated radio. We should have all our music being placements and things. All of this crazy amounts of untapped talent that we've all come up with in our class, a class before us, a class behind us. We need to all be millionaires. Everybody needs to be millionaires. And we can get it together. You know what I'm saying? Our class is not dog eat dog, how they used to be in the 90s and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody running the light at a competition, we'd be like, you about to go over. Back then, it'd be like, let him die.
Right.
It's just different. So I think we should all get to it, and I think there's ways to do it. And again, my alchemist is Kevin. All these movies, TVs, you know, but I do music too. So check out my song. I got a song with Twista, and I also have another song with Zero and Too Short. And there'll be more coming, but music is challenging because there's so many different personalities and things you got to balance to hit a natural flow of things and get real. Like if you want real features, you got to pursue them things. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
it is, baby.
Awesome, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Jackson.
Nate Jackson.
Oh,
we did it, baby. We did it.
Yeah, we did it, baby.